So, ladies and gentlemen, Tinswell started off b-boying in the 80s when he was 5 years old. Um, he, he accompanied his brother, Emil, in 2014 is a Hip Hop Award nominee to local breakdance competition and performance. His love of hip hop culture saw him join the Heal the Hood project after a career in financial management. He also studied graphic design and interned as a film student with Paul Blomgren. Okay, in Sweden. So welcome, Tinswell. And thank you for your willingness to conduct the interview tonight with the audience. So I have three questions. First, what inspired you to make the move from finance to filmmaking, and especially from b-boy to men?
Hi everybody, thanks for having me here this evening. Yeah, well, I think it was mainly just a passion for hip hop culture, and I think that what a lot of people don't understand, especially from the communities that we come from, is that when we allow other people to tell our stories, we don't get the story that we actually want. So this movie was created out of necessity. The first documentary film that was done about b-boying from South Africa was it really did us in, or was an injustice to the culture. Um, the filmmakers approached us and told us that they had an interest in doing like a really great story about what we were doing and b-boy culture. The fact that we sent over 100 young people to the World Breakdance Championships overseas, and that was money raised from our community. But the story that they took out of it was two characters that didn't like each other, and that's what they do with most stories is based on sensationalism. And once that story went out, it kind of killed all the hard work that we had been doing for so long. So the very next step, and I think why we decided to create this was out of the fact that nobody was telling the story that we wanted to tell. So yeah.
So, what challenges did you experience while making this documentary? Apart from like,
Yeah, well, firstly, I'm not really a filmmaker, and I'm not an event organizer either. And those are all traits that or skills that we had to learn um, in order to do the thing that we love doing. So I think that with like anything, the editing is not perfect. This thing was done in 2010. Was like a 37-minute uh, like first time movie that we had made. It was played at the Encounters Film Festival, and then we went back and kind of looked at like what are all other things, because people kept on telling us, you guys are doing great work, but it's difficult when you're in the doing that you don't necessarily celebrate everything that you actually do. So we decided to just add on all the extra bits that we had created over the time, and we just felt that like people needed to see what we were doing. So it's kind of, I'd say it's, like we say in the documentary, it's based on trial and error, and I think that I was hoping that, especially for the young people sitting over there, that's what it's about. That if you don't actually do something and like try and work at it, that you kind of never really learn anything. You'll be stuck in a dead end job, and if you don't step out of it and actually do something that you're not comfortable with doing, you never learn.
okay, so the last question is, what would you say is the main message the documentary holds for South Africans today?
Um, I think the main message is maybe like I said that we got to do. I think that it's I'm not really a person about talking. I'm more on the other side of the camera, doing something and helping out to make projects what they are. And I think that sitting back and waiting for governments or other community members to save you is not going to happen unless you take the lead and actually do something. And I think that's what it's about for our young friends over here, is that we like get involved and we do. If you want to see something change, you really got to get in there make a change.
So do you have any questions from anyone in the audience? Anyone want to ask something?
Hello everyone, my name's Noel. Thank you so much. I thought your movie was very, very enlightening. I think it took an understanding of b-boying and breakdancing and the entire hip-hop culture as expressed in the South African, especially Cape Town version, to a deeper dimension, so that it's not just bringing down but a building up. As so many people see hip-hop as bringing down, you know. So I've got two things I want to do up here. One is I want to ask you one question, and then two, I want to introduce you to somebody. Okay? So the first thing, my question I want to ask is, what shocked me at the end of the movie was how many people in that list of dedicated, it went quite fast, but did all those young people die?
Well, yes. I think that, the people and the list of people that you see there are not like killed by gangsters or anything like that. So I just want to put that out there. They actually, I think 3 of them suffered from cancer. And then there were, some car accidents. I know B-Boy Mark, B-Boy Angelo Jansen also passed away in car accidents. So, these were fit and able-bodied people that, succumbed. Yeah, well, I mean that's over many years. I mean that's you're looking at about at least 20 years. 20 years. Yeah, b-boys, MCs. Yeah. Oh, okay. It's a very weird thing to focus on the dead people.
I want to introduce you to someone who I think I feel very flattered that the High Commissioner of Thailand and now recently appointed as High Commissioner to Sri Lanka has joined us here tonight to come and see your movie. For those of you who don't know, she would be the South African ambassador based in Thailand, and now she's the South African ambassador based in Sri Lanka. And while we were watching the movie, she was saying all kinds of things to me that I agreed with. So I thought I would ask her to come up here and tell you the things that she told me. So Ruby Marks, please give her a round of applause, people. She really is a South African ambassador.
Okay, it could be other ways. No, just to say that I think that what you're doing is really, really powerful and it's really transformative. One of the messages that I always share when I do some motivational speeches is to say that you have to rescue yourself. No one will rescue you. And it's a message that I gave to Molo Songololo. They've got a young women's network the other day. I've always supported groups on the fringes because I believe that that you are the prophets. You are the ones who speak of the kind of country and world that we want to create. But you slay, man. This is great. Thank you so much.
Okay, so I just wanna just conclude. Thank you everyone for coming, and if we could all just get up and move to outside the theater, that corner, we're gonna be entertained for a bit. So thank you for coming, and thank you, Sensible.
No, 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 no,
say that these guys are probably dancing from some of them even 30 years. These so yeah, you know, we big up Angelo, Levi, and coming out.
I like to thank my mentorship now,
Didn't die. Thank you so much.